On this episode of Wrecks to Riches.
Why don't we do like a green car?
Tune in.
I'm good, I like the idea.
Turn on. And burn out. As Barry White goes eco-green with a muscle machine.
You know, we're trying to get as environmentally friendly as we can.
Rolling one hell Chevelle from crusher to auction.
50, I got 15, everybody can bid.
But with the law getting called,
Guns in here kind of make me nervous.
this could be Barry's final build.
8,600.
How to make a buck. The Barry White way.
Just rip that out of there.
Find a wreck.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Sleeping underneath there?
Get the right people.
Jen, do something.
What do you want me to do?
I don't want to hear that.
Go draw something.
The right parts.
Easy, 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 easy.
And go to work.
Bring it on.
Then hope
It's flawless.
someone wants to buy it.
Let your money bring you happiness.
That's how you get from wrecks to riches. No matter what your favorite ride or how much you cared for it, chances are it's going to end up here. That's why Barry White's in the yard, looking to recycle some Detroit steel.
So this is it.
This is it.
Junkyard dog Dino Napier was about to crush this 71 Chevelle, till he thought of Barry.
Well, this is the Chevelle I was telling you about on the phone, Barry. Thought I'd give you an opportunity to take a look at it before I...
Yeah, this thing doesn't look that bad. What do you think, Jen?
Looks pretty good.
Let's check it out.
It's a good deed day for Barry. He's not only saving this beast from the crusher, but saving the planet too. Because he wants to make an eco-friendly muscle car.
We could do all kinds of things. We put catalytic converters on it and make it, you know, smog legal, sniff clean, and still make a bunch of horsepower. We got to make horsepower.
Of course. Well,
gotta
I'm
be
not.
fast.
I'm not saying you can only go 35.
Can't put a 4-cylinder in it. Come on. There's no rust in the bottom of the fenders, a little bit here and there, but I mean, this is like nothing compared to what we usually bring Tony.
Barry knows this car was only worth its scrap value, so he doesn't want to pay more.
How much you need? What are we thinking?
Like I told you on the phone, I'd really like to get 3 out of it. 1,000.
3,000.
This car was junk. But now Barry wants to buy.
How about 2,500? Can you go 2,500? Come on, help us out here. We got a budget.
This junkyard dog is as mean as they come.
It's recycled
How about
money.
meet me halfway, 2,750?
You're gonna be hard on this, aren't you?
Well,
You're running a hard bargain here. Actually, 2,750 is actually still a good deal, but you know what? We can do that. We'll do that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Jen?
That works, yeah.
Yep, that's good. Let's do it.
A muscle car that's fast, eco-friendly, and sells at auction? Barry's in deep this time. The Chevrolet Chevelle was the neighborhood monster of its day, boasting a killer 454 cubic inch V8 that crunched out a massive 450 brake horsepower. No production engine in a muscle car ever had a higher factory horsepower rating.
When you get the car kind of in the right color and give it the right stance, it looks very massive, like it's just going to kind of tear up the road.
But with all that power, Barry's going to find it hard to go green. Because the 454 V8 also runs less than 12 miles to the gallon. No tree hugger's going to buy that. It's no wonder muscle cars went extinct after the '73 oil embargo pushed gas prices through the roof. This 71 Chevelle was one of the last of the fast. Barry's got the team together to give this vision a reality check.
All right, so what Jen's come up with on this 71 Chevelle is to do a environmentally friendly car. As environmentally friendly as we can make a hot rod.
Anything that's...
It's hippie meets horsepower as Barry pushes the team to go lean, mean, and green.
So has anybody got any ideas to throw in on this deal?
Supercharged LS1.
An LS1 engine with supercharger will boost performance an extra 140 horsepower without compromising fuel efficiency. This car is going to be more eco-friendly than the original, but without compromising the super muscle car look. The paint job is crucial.
You got any ideas, Tony?
Yeah, well, PPG now has water-based available.
Water-based paints don't produce the toxic residue of traditional solvent-based paint. They're now the choice for green-friendly auto work.
That's huge.
Huge. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do a green car, we need to do it green.
We're going to take that stuff and turn it around and make a car that's basically like an environmental muscle car. And because of that, we kind of want to make the car as green as the image that it's trying to portray.
Let's just do as much as we can. You know, we're still making a hot rod.
Yep.
But let's get it as friendly as we can.
Is all this peace, love, and bean sprouts really going to sell a Detroit V8? Barry's going to put his money where his mouth is when he puts this 21st century hot rod to auction here at his Corona workshop. Wow. Barry's already had one shop floor auction where this classic 64 Ford Thunderbolt sold for a tidy 64 grand. But will lightning strike twice when this mean green Chevelle hits the auction block in just 24 days? It's time to move from theory to practice.
Here, give me a hand with this seat.
This is an eco car, so the guys have to work out which parts can be recycled and which parts get sent to hot rod hell. It's no easy task, and it's taking its toll on the crew's patience.
Clock's ticking, Bob, and I'm only getting older.
And this car has to be ready for sandblasting first thing tomorrow morning.
Hold on there, Turbo. We gotta undo the AC condenser. Oh, there's stuff.
And it's just hit 10 p.m.
Because I don't want to be here right now. Neither do I. Well, then do something about it. Start unbolting. I'm waiting for you. You're holding that on.
Next morning, the car's ready for sandblasting, and Barry's discovered an eco-friendly ingredient. Straight from your grandma's kitchen.
A gentleman came up to me that has a blasting company that blasts everything with baking soda, which is a little more environmentally friendly, doesn't throw the dust, doesn't do all those things that the sand does.
The main advantage of the baking soda when we're talking automotive, you can get the baking soda and wash it all out with water. The baking soda is going to break down. It's water soluble, environmentally friendly, but every time it's shot, it removes something with it without damaging the metal underneath. And then you dry the car and go right in a primer.
The soda blast was eco-friendly, but Barry and the team never expected it to be this good.
I'm amazed. I'm completely blown away. I would have never thought, looking at the car the way it was, that it was in this good a shape.
Dusting off the rust and revealing a real sleeping beauty.
You can see the roof panel is incredible. I mean, it's got a few little dings in it, but it's just really nice.
That means less work for Tony in the body shop.
I'm not paying you to do body work on this one, Tony. It's too nice.
Perfect. That's okay. That is absolutely stunning. Isn't it, Tony?
But Tony's mind is elsewhere.
Sissies? All right, come on, let's go.
He's just hoping he can pull off the eco spray job.
Here at Barry's Speed Shop, it's on fire. Look at that paint job.
Barry White's psyched to sell at his biggest ever in-house auction in just 21 days.
What a buy, better than money in the bank.
And front row center is a 71 Chevelle, saved from the crusher. And Barry's building it up into one eco-friendly ride.
And I think this is a better way to go than, say, crushing a car and throwing it away. I mean, you're reusing it, you're making it something beautiful again.
An environmentally friendly sandblasting using baking soda knocked off the rust and cleaned up the metal. So for once, body man Tony is in a good mood.
Thank goodness we don't have it tied up in the body shop that long because we didn't have that much work to it, thank goodness.
They've never had a wreck this good.
For once in our lives, we had an easy job.
And Barry's impressed.
Basically, this car will go real fast.
Yeah.
Amazing with the soda blasting how much caulking is gone.
Yeah.
But Tony's promise of a green-friendly paint job might be a little more difficult than he thought.
The biggest difference with waterborne versus solvent is that water evaporates much slower than solvent, so you need to have equipment that will direct an airflow across the panels of the vehicle to carry the water away.
The final touches are being done to make Tony's booth eco-friendly. It's time to paint, and these camshaft conservationists can finally go green, for real. Solvent paint contains harmful chemicals like xylene and ethylbenzene. There's plenty of reasons to swap toxic solvents for this natural waterborne paint. Barry's eagle eye calmly watches on, but it's a white-knuckle ride for Tony, who's hoping no gremlins creep into this new booth. So far, so good.
I'm really impressed on how it's leveling itself out. The base coat's laying down really nice and flat, so hopefully when you go to put the clear on that, you don't have as much orange peel either.
Yeah, I'm real happy with the color and everything. It looks cool. You know, we're trying to get as environmentally friendly as we can with the waterborne paint. This is cool. This is the first step in the whole process.
But this automotive love-in doesn't come for free. The paint booth refit has revved up the speedometer to $28,000 and 100 man-hours worked. But just when you thought these hot rodders have gone all hippie, Tony starts to have second thoughts.
I don't know, I'm just concerned we're limiting our market now.
Hey, green's gonna be the new red.
Leaves are the new... This is a green car. It has to be goddamn green. Come on.
It's going to be environmentally friendly. We've got the water-based thing going.
We got
the
catalytic converters. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that's right. Tree huggers will be our friends.
Tree huggers will be our friends.
Just think, they'll come up and hug you. How's that?
How many tree huggers come to auctions?
How many people hug you? All my guys do.
Tony may have a point. They'll find out in 20 days. Last time they had an in-house auction, the response was huge.
The buy of a lifetime!
And the team are set to do it again, with Barry's wife Becky and daughter Jen revving up a plan.
Hi, this is Becky from Barry's Speed Shop over on Commerce Street.
This next auction is set to be a block party, aiming to reel in cashed-up, eco-aware buyers.
Well, we're going to have to, first of all, get permission to, use parking lots around us, like next door and across the street, so we can stage the cars. Get enough people in here to help us, and should be okay, though. We've got a lot of people that are anxious and willing to help and excited about it, so.
And I'm looking forward to actually closing the street down and having the car show out front like it was supposed to be, and just having it run as well as the last one did.
See the guy up there in the black shirt with the gray?
But Barry's team have got some hard yards ahead, and they're going to need some serious help if they want to hear this beautiful sound.
So, that's my favorite four-letter word. All right, Jim.
Talk to me like this. I feed them dog food.
Part of the Chevelle's green appeal will be this, a recycled V8 fitted onto a recycled chassis.
It's not a new engine, but it is a new engine. I mean, it was actually in a car. So we buy these from a company that actually just recycles new cars. So it's all about the recycling process. Are you helping or are you watching? Get your ass in here and help.
The Chev LS1 V8 is a thoroughbred.
But it's out of a Camaro, a Firebird, Corvette, same LS1, same configuration.
Stock, the LS1 will run almost 300 horsepower, But Barry wants more.
We're going to put a supercharger on it. Magnuson's going to put a supercharger on it. And we should be pumping out probably 400 horsepower plus. Just put the transmount in and we'll set it on the chassis until the oil pan gets here.
Modern engines pollute far less than their 70s forebears.
We're going to leave all the smog stuff on this engine and try to make it, blow as clean as we can. For the most part, it's going to stay stock other than headers and a supercharger.
Barry's eco overhaul is a new deal for the speed shop, and word is spreading. No, they're not the environmental police, but they do know a thing or two about correctional work. They're prison guards from the Californian Rehabilitation Center, Norco. They have attitude, they have discipline, they have muscle.
Chris?
Yeah.
You got the bill crew here.
All right. That sounds good. Only two of you?
No, they're all right here.
Oh, okay.
We got a few of them.
How you doing, Barry?
Mike, run out.
How are you?
Randy Donkey.
Barry gets a lot of requests to help build a super muscle car, but you only have to hear these guards talk to see why they are the chosen few.
As you see, it's an old 60s muscle car. And it's great. Get chills. You look at it and you're like, wow, brings back the old days. Because I used to have an older car. I had a few Chevelles, a couple of Camaros. I miss those cars. Wish I still had them.
Anyway, come on here. Let's take a look at the car. We'll show you where we're heading and what we're doing.
I guess if we tell the guys they can't go home, we got somebody to enforce it now, huh?
Yeah, that'd be good. There you go. Bunch of guys with badges.
People in general at this age, especially at my age, and even younger, are really getting into them because they're really starting the appreciation of what these cars really mean and what they're all about. And it's American heritage.
I mean, that's the way the cars were meant to be built, but they didn't have the technology back then. Now we have them today, old body style, great. Put them together, it's awesome. If GM could come out with the old style with today's technology, that'd be great. I'd be first in line to buy a car.
I'm sure you guys have all worked on your own stuff and know how many hours it takes, but we just, we really appreciate all you guys coming down and helping us. That's the big thing.
Barry has only one concern.
So I guess we can, if you guys want to change? Guns in here kind of make me nervous.
In 14 days, it'll be time to drop the clutch on some auction action. As gearhead guru Barry White turns this 71 Chevelle into a road ripper.
This is a green car, it has to be green.
The cavalry arrive as some jailhounds help out. So what can possibly go wrong?
How many tree huggers come to auctions?
How many people hug you?
The enviro-friendly water-based paints worked like a charm, and the car looks lean, mean, and green.
Are there pliers on that tray, Martha?
Barry might not have the luck of the Irish, but he does have some jailhound muscle.
You've got to cut the wire for the exhaust.
There we go.
I'm sure there's already been 2 crews here already today. So, yeah, it's really great. They're kicking butt, and there's still a lot of little things to do on the chassis. We can give them different things to do all the time, a bunch of different things. But, no, I'm real happy. It looks good.
The clean green body stays, and a refurbished frame is rolled on in.
Okay, no guts, no glory.
This recycled chassis is from a General Motors A-body car, so it should fit together.
Back end needs to go to the passenger side. Yeah. There you go. We're 18 inches out.
Okay.
Watch your head, watch your hands. We're pretty damn close right now, right? Yeah. About there.
There you go. Just don't move that frame.
But the body's not fitting.
Yeah, it's hitting something. That's all right, let's get it up in the air.
While Barry and the yard bulls have a chassis to sort, Becky and Jen hype the home auction with the main attraction, one Woodstock roller.
It's definitely a step forward for muscle cars. I don't know if it's going to be the next trend or not. It definitely looks better than most of the green cars that are on the road right now.
Yeah, having the home auction is going to be exciting. I think we don't know how many people are going to be showing up. The auction company says they've got probably 30 cars signed up already.
It's not going to be easy, though. The 71 Chevelle's got some competition from another 71 Chevelle, but Becky thinks they'll have the edge.
I think it might have a good spin on it, and to try to keep it, you know, as muscle car as we can, but yet at the same time have it be eco-friendly, and that might be kind of a stretch, but we'll pull it off. We seem to always do.
Back in the shop, the guards try to make the body and chassis fit together.
See, it's right there at the transmission. Right.
Hey, listen, what do you think? If we just take the body back off the car, and it's the frame, the transmission rubbed the bottom of the body where it's hitting, and we give it a couple good whacks with a hammered end.
The guards solve the problem the only way they know how, with some sing-sing muscle. Ever wondered how to drop the price on a top-of-the-line Chevelle?
Let's see where it's moving to.
You get the kind of help you pay for, right?
You still have to go that way to line it.
Enough is enough.
You know what we can do? We can probably take that trans mount out, drop the back of that trans down, and the body will drop down, and then we can deal with the transmission out.
Barry's seen this problem before, and to tilt on the chassis' rear sees the body, frame, and engine line up.
Keep going. Don't use that impact. That make it faster.
Yeah, that's lining up.
This recycled Chevelle is coming together. So is the tab. 32,000 big ones and 200 hours. Meanwhile, Chris is going deep green.
I think it's a matter of trying to come up with a different kind of stripe.
And now wants to put some forest finesse on the eco paint job.
I definitely want to do something different. It's not going to have just the black. We want to give it more of an earthy tone.
He runs his leaf trim idea past the boss.
Before I do the rendering, it's kind of what I was thinking for a graphic. We're kind of putting a message on this car. I was thinking about doing in the stripe, doing a real subtle, just like leaves and maybe like palm leaf kind of texture to it.
Barry's left his enthusiasm in the front office. Maybe it's just too green, and Tony wants to smack it down on technical grounds.
Okay, let's find out exactly, because this is going to be water-based.
Oh, shit, I forgot about being waterborne.
Yeah, we got to find out some rules here.
Yeah, it's waterborne paint. I forgot about that.
We got to find out what. All right.
That's all right. I didn't really want that drawing anyway. We're not sure if we can even do this now. We didn't think this is all waterborne paint. We don't know if they have the paints to do it.
It's not easy being green.
Good reaction. Ooh. So we may have to just have to do the stripes and do something else.
Green is also the color of money, and Barry isn't spending any more than he has to.
In the junkyard.
So the prison guards find,
you got him,
and grind any part that can be recycled.
They're doing really well. Everybody's really trying really hard, and a lot of them know a lot about cars, so they're doing well. I'm very happy. They've accomplished quite a bit in the couple of days they've been here so far.
Do you remember how that one come apart? I didn't pull this apart. You did? No. You got to go into the...
What these guards lack in experience, they make up for in passion.
You got it. I'm right there. Watch out for the paint.
Yeah, it's fun. Real fun. I just enjoy working around cars. Putting cars together. That's what I like doing. I get home and during my time off.
Doing a good job. Excellent. There we go.
I've been working on cars since I've been about 12 years old. My first gas station I worked in was 16 years old. They're better. They're built better. They last longer. And they're classics, you know, just like me. I'm a classic too, so.
It's just one, Scott, that goes in the bottom.
I see it.
See it? It's great now. It's hard to tell in the dark. You started out at noon.
I know. What can
Hey, can we hang a little handcuffs on the back of that?
Yeah. Looks good, huh? Looks good. Looks straight to me. Yep, looks pretty damn straight to me, too.
But this car's still got a long way to go. And with only 10 days till auction and most of the parts still not on the car, Barry better hustle.
But we're trying to get the remainder of the pieces. We're sending things out to the upholstery shop and all that stuff. We're down to a short time, so we got to keep going.
We got all the cool. I'm just curious why the holes are all in the center.
Is that moving for you?
We don't have a Hemi.
Hot rod heavyweight Barry White is hammer happy. Because he's building a car to sell that's clean, green, and drag strip mean.
You know, we're still making a hot rod, but let's get it as friendly as we can.
As it goes under the hammer, to go under the hammer.
So, that's my favorite four-letter word.
And he's got extra muscle from some local prison guards.
Just one? Only one guy there? One of them got away?
One.
You guys weren't doing your job. You got away.
He had to go to work.
It wouldn't be Barry's speed shop without a joke or two.
He's going to be our observer.
The shop crew have a Hannibal surprise for their guests.
Right. So I guess you guys can do pretty much anything you want with these guys.
Barry's guys make a point. Sometimes they feel like prisoners.
Wait a minute. We stay in a large concrete building most of our day.
We get outside for about an hour.
Right? Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Hey, body, hear that? Body cavity search. Body cavity search.
Time for lockdown. Barry needs his green Chevelle at auction in just 6 days.
I mean, super muscle cars are super muscle cars. This is going to be our super muscle car. This is going to be what we do them all, what they're all about. You know, it's not going to have a variation of being old school or whatever. It's going to have 19s and 20s on it. It's going to have a blown LS1 in it, 4060 trans, power windows. I mean, this is going to be a nice car. This car should fetch a lot of money.
And every serious buyer will be looking for extra power from this supercharger.
It should increase the power probably anywhere between 75 and more and up, horsepower-wise. This is probably a 300, a little over 300 horsepower engine, so we should be pumping out 400 plus.
But all those horses cost. The speedometer's up to $50,000 and 400 hours on the build.
What?
This here, 3D. Brings it back in, tells you the exact...
Over at the lab, the Chevelle's plastic grille gets a high-tech makeover. This is a CNC, or computer numerical control machine. Whatever it traces, it can reproduce later in metal. It's design heaven for Chris, tweaking a 3D model of the grille to create a custom front for the 71 Chevelle.
I know on the stock one, the bars kind of they curve around and then they turn back on themselves.
Almost half inch between the middle of the bar and middle of the bar.
Can we put maybe one more bar in there?
Yes.
See what it looks like.
We can add a bunch more. So this gives us our rough outline what the real shape's going to be.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to see how this goes together.
Should be easy.
The CNC machine takes the computer design and laser cuts it from a sheet of metal to an accuracy of 1/10,000th of an inch.
So they polish the whole thing up and then they...
Polish the whole thing up, then it's ready to go to the chromer, then the chromer will have it, and then we'll bring it back to you guys and put it on the finished car.
Very cool. How long is that going to take?
We should have it done in a couple days.
Couple hours?
Couple days.
Couple hours?
Yeah, something like that.
Got lots of chefs in the kitchen.
The shop has never looked so busy, but everyone's working on the same car.
I got everybody going right now. Scott is doing the inner fender wells, got all that all sprayed, massive sprayed, it's putting the inner fender well on. Okay. That was a two-piecer. Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll go look for it. It's probably out in the box of Chevelle parts out there.
We're not used to, I think Dean and I and everybody are trying to get used to the whole amount of people and trying to keep everybody busy. That's really, I mean, we're not used to having this many guys in the shop on a project car, so it makes it really difficult for us. It's just a little chaotic right now.
Yeah, all that stuff's not going to go. When you think about it, guys, this is the opening we have to fit it in. All right? So
many hands don't always make light work.
What happened?
We're trying to get the keys that are locked in the trunk. They accidentally got locked in there when we closed it down. Trying to align it, closed it, and then it went click. and we realized the keys were in there. So now we got to get them.
I'm sure there's a couple people at work we can get to break into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys should have some guys that can break some locks over there, don't you?
A mad search for spares.
Yeah, the round keys are for the doors in the trunk, and the square keys are in the trunk.
The trunk locks sets were here.
Yes.
With the keys. What kind of deal you
Well,
running
no one's
here?
going to blame me for closing the trunk since I didn't push the thing down. Who pushed the lid down?
But the keys have finally broken out.
It was an inmate.
It was Dean.
Whose fingerprints?
That's a square key.
Whose finger?
No, square keys.
Hey!
The blame game's over, but Barry's found another gremlin.
What exactly is wrong with the window regulators?
Well, let me show you. It's mainly the bolt pattern and the throw. And you see, here's our bolt pattern right here, and they don't even line up. It's too wide. They're too wide for one.
Oh, okay.
So it's just not even.
Can we
close.
call them and find out what the deal is?
Yeah.
It's official. There's a parts problem.
Okay. Well, we've got only a couple days left to build this whole car. We've got as usual, there's a couple things we're not sure when we're going to have.
Adam! Don't what me like that. Order a brake light switch for Chris, because he's got one, but it doesn't work.
Chris is in for a bad day.
That's a hydraulic brake light switch.
Oh, okay. I thought.
So yeah, just you put that back in inventory.
Okay.
We're down to the wire.
The Moroso valve covers are new and the wrong model.
Yeah, I'm chasing down valve covers right now. Apparently, the only ones that they offer have the center bolt, and this one's got bolts around the outside of the valve cover.
Next, it's the radiator.
As far as the radiator goes, I asked for a radiator for a 71 Chevelle. We got a radiator for a 65 Chevelle. And from what I've been told, it's way too small to fit in there.
65 Chevelle, baby.
Now I have to call there and see if they have something in stock. If they don't, we're gonna have to figure out how to adapt.
Come here. Come here.
Barry's on the warpath.
You want to get parts? Can you get the right radiator?
So, as usual, there's always got to be something that's the wrong part or doesn't fit.
Chris fell down a well?
Has this build gone to the dogs?
Yeah. Shall we leave him in the well? What do you think? What? Well, go get him.
3 days to go till Barry's biggest ever in-house auction, when this eco-clean Chevy should hit the blocks.
All right, so what Jen's come up with is to do a environmentally friendly car.
Right from the start, this hippie hot rod's taken a beating.
How many tree huggers come to auctions?
And some last-minute part problems have stalled this build.
We're down to the wire.
No build, no bucks. As the final lap looms, could this be Barry's did not finish?
There are no tags on the radiator.
Welcome to spare parts hell.
Well, I have a box, yeah.
Wrong radiator, again.
Are we gonna make this happen here or what?
While Chris has a doggone time tracking down the right radiator,
All right. Help you?
the team can't afford to slow down. Green's the theme, and the catalytic converter is the next part on.
What this does is burn any unburnt fuel. It stays hot. It actually gets hot. The core of it gets hot and stays hot. So anything that's not burnt out the exhaust inside the engine comes out and actually gets reburnt through the catalytic converter.
With only 2 days to go, some things start going right.
Barry, Chris, hey, here's the grill you guys asked for.
Wow.
Back in the chrome, here you go.
A laser-cut, computer-designed aluminum grill replaces the original.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
The prison guards are coming to the end of their
There's
sentence.
big bolts over there in the cabinet. Nuts, flat washers on both bolt side and nut side.
They've learned a lot and given a lot.
Way up on your side, way up. These guys have been coming 2 shifts a day and stay until about 6, 7 o'clock at night. They've been doing a great job.
All right, how we looking? We're looking good.
I've actually never put a dash back in a car, you know, and to find out that it's really not that hard. That was enjoyable for me.
They're all working really hard, and we're picking little jobs and getting everything happening. And quality-wise, they're definitely helping a lot. It's going to make a nice little car.
Now we're going to try and.
No, you're not going to try.
No.
Come on now.
I don't think I'm as afraid of wiring anymore. Kind of scared me before, and I think I might be willing to tackle it myself, you know.
It's time to paint the racing stripes.
We need an off-white cream color, semi-gloss. Don't give me that. Look like my dog.
But Tony's not in the mood.
All right, so we're down to 3 days. We don't have time for leaves. What color? Can you put a flattener in it? Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
The paintmeister is underwhelmed.
Get fired up, Tony. It's a day to be fired up. You look like you're full throttle, doesn't he?
Did you say you're getting excited?
Yeah, can't you see? Look at him. He's wide open today. Hey, think?
What's that?
Know me excited.
Looks pretty excited.
Wow. I have not seen this level of excitement in a long time.
But Tony might get the last laugh if this hippie hot rod doesn't shift at auction. It's back into the eco paint booth as the racing stripes get applied in enviro-friendly water-based paint. The speedometer's redlining at $62,000, and there's a record 480 hours racked up. This is one big build. The Chevelle from hell has finally got the right radiator.
That one's from another state. Chris lives another day.
Chris gets surgical with the finishing touches on the Chevelle's racing stripes.
We wanted to have a graphic that was familiar, but not an exact duplicate of anything from the factory. So we chose to do a double racing stripe like a lot of the super sport cars from GM had.
All right, guys, here we go.
This should be the guard's last shift on the prisoner Chevelle.
Getting the car the way it should be. And that's what's the pride and the joy of it is.
Sparking up, laying it down. These guys have come through together.
Come on, Ron. We're almost there, man.
Great bonding experience. You know, we already have that at the prison, and this even made it even better.
The 19-inch custom wheels go on. The 100% all-natural leather seats slide in.
A lot better now.
Making this Chevy green, inside and out.
It's a tree hugger. You want a hug? You want a little hug on the tree? Go ahead. Come on, give a hug. Give the tree a hug.
All right, well,
come on.
Kick my ass a little bit today.
It's taken 3.5 weeks of sweat, grind, and learning. But now the green Chevelle is ready to roar.
We got a lot of high-tech things on the car, and it sounds good, it sounds smooth, but it sounds very, sounds like a Corvette. You know, that's the way a Corvette sounds, and that's what we're looking for, you know, with this whole project. Somebody stick a fork in this, it's done. Looks good.
Making lean muscle out of a beefed-up V8 hasn't been easy. But the stats tell the tale. A 400 horsepower recycled LS1 engine, running an eco-clean 20+ miles to the gallon on unleaded fuel.
It's just fun to kind of do something a little bit different. You know, it's great to have all new parts, but you know, this car is a good, solid car, drives fantastic, and got tons of horsepower with the lone LS1.
Waterborne enviro-friendly paint has produced a finish as good as anything Tony's ever done.
I hope that we can kind of help people to understand that, you know, it can be clean running cars and they can be high performance cars at the same time, and not, you know, not scary environmental disasters.
It definitely looks better than most of the green cars that are on the road right now. It's not small and, you know, weird looking. It's an old muscle car, something you're used to looking at, something you had when you were younger.
It's a good solid car, all Global West suspension, front, rear. It's a good solid driving car. That's the best thing. It's making around 400 horse at the wheels. Goes sideways at any point in time you want it to. You know, it'll smoke the tires as long as you want to stay on the gas. So that always makes it more fun.
Barry owes a debt of gratitude to the guys who made this car happen. So he takes the green machine to the Californian Rehabilitation Center, Norco, where the build crew guards are back on duty.
The nice, great guys, they're all car guys, and that's the key to everything. You know, once you're a car guy, you're a car guy forever.
I just did a lot of work. Oh, yeah. I did a ton of work. It took a ton of hours. This car probably took more hours than most of the cars that we built.
These guys have built the ultimate getaway car.
It's stunning. It really is a beautiful car. It looks great with those wheels and the color combinations, and yeah, I think we ought to break it in tonight.
Man, what a nice car. Really nice. Good quality work.
Like, I actually had doubts about the color and the interior color, you know, choices. It turned out nice. I mean, it fits well. Looks good, too.
This Chevelle's claimed its turf and leaves its mark. As Barry breaks out, ready for tomorrow's do or die auction. It's auction day at Barry's Speed Shop. There's no turning back as the competition muscles in. This is Barry's second home auction, and it's putting Corona, California on the map. And almost every year of hot rod history is rolling in. But the green Chevelle's still giving them hell.
Radiator.
With a cracked radiator.
Holy! You gotta show the boys over there.
Look at this.
It's all the way around there.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can weld on that.
This show's going ahead, with or without its Eco Star.
I can't weld it.
The auction starts in 15 minutes, and the rivals move in fast to steal Barry's auction action.
Scotch-Brite the whole side of the tank. I don't give a I don't care if it's shiny or not. Doesn't matter to me. The radiator apparently had a mount on it at one point for a side mount. We needed to have a bottom mount. It got cut off. It got ground down and polished, and we didn't see the crack. It had a crack in the aluminum.
Here at Barry's Speed Shop, it's so hot, it's on fire. Look at that paint job.
While they race to fix the Chevelle, there's another race to sell.
And look what's coming out. This is one of the most desirable cars you'll ever set your eyes on. Here it goes. We're going to drive out 16.
Highboy Ford, soft top Mustang. This auction's got everything.
Yes, I sold with an if right there, $23,000.
The Chevy's fixed, just in time for the proud parents to gloat.
I'm proud of the car. I'm proud of everybody that worked with the car. We all had fun. We all worked as a group.
You know, there's times where, you know, we didn't think we were going to be done in time, and everything worked out great. As you can see, the car's awesome.
The big question on everyone's mind, how much will their baby bring?
I'm curious what the car's going to go for. I'm pretty sure they're going to get a lot of money. There's some a lot of people here that are interested in the car.
Oh, I suppose mid-70s. I wouldn't be surprised. Between 80 to maybe 110,000.
I heard numbers, and I want to see if it's going to do what
what they anticipate.
Money talks, but the environment is what this build was all about.
Compact cars are starting to do the eco-friendly stuff, and I think that it's a smart idea to bring this, like the muscle cars and the street rods into that era also.
It's environmentally friendly green.
No time for peace and love, because two other Chevelles line up to fight for a slice of car fan cash.
We got a few guys that are interested in ours. I don't know about these cars. These are nice cars. It's going to be interesting, be fun, kind of give you a little gauge of what's going on. Right car, right place kind of thing.
22, Charles. 22, 24. Come on. Close the bidding here at $23,000.
23 grand would buy just 1/3 of this Chevy, with the final price tag hitting $65,000. And getting this EcoBeast built has been no easy ride.
Oh, this is the Chevelle I was telling you about.
Barry got bitten in the buy.
The cow's good. There's no rust up here.
When a junkyard dog pushed up the price.
I'd really like to get 3 out of it. 1,000.
The crew got the blues when Barry went green.
Get fired up, Tony. It's a day to be fired up.
Though help was at hand with some tough old guards.
This is great. This is like heaven to me.
And parts became a problem.
I asked for a radiator for a 71 Chevelle. We got a radiator for a 65 Chevelle.
But now the final test is upon them. Will Tony's curse come true?
How many tree huggers come to auctions?
Barry's about to find out.
One of the stars of the show, it's car number 758, a 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle, the Chevy Chevelle.
This is it. The auction is a go.
And look at the color of the car. It's green, and it's made like money.
The car must crack $65,000 for Barry to walk out even.
Get your hand in the air. Be the winner and a buyer at Barry's Speed Shop. At 40, I got it. And now 45. At 40, now 5. At 40, now 5. And a $100,000 car. At 40, now 5. Give it a 45. 42.5. I got it now.
Murray and Bob are staring at each other.
45.
Barry spots the prey.
At 47 now, 47, 47, 47, I got it, 48.
Two big bidders step up. Just what Barry was hoping for.
Now 50, give 50, give 50. 48 now, 60,000, 60,000. 62, a little bit 63, 4, 63,000, a little bit 64. $70,000.
Barry's home safe.
75, 73, take a checkered flag. Come on, Bob! Come on, man! Yes! Your life would be the winner. 73, 74, don't lose it, don't lose it. 73, 4. 75! $75,000. 76, that's the spirit. 77, 77,000. 77,000. It ought to be bringing 100. It ought to be bringing 100. 77, 78, 78,000. Barry agrees, Barry agrees. 77,500. 80,000, blow him out and get her done, get her done. 80,000, 77,500, give 80 at $80,000, $80,000, $80,000. Barry Speed Shop, 82.5, 82.5, 82.5. Anybody else want to get in the action? 82.5. 82,005. We don't want to miss it. Today's the day. Now's the time. 82.5 going once. 82,500 going twice. Did you want in? Did you want to bid 81? Well, you want to bid 81? He said no. Sold $80,000. Give him a big round of applause. Sold the car. Barry Speed Shop does it again.
The hippie hot rod's home at $80,000. A tidy profit of $15,000. It pays to go green.
It's kind of a car that you can get in and start and drive, and a LS1 motor and a supercharger on it. It's just it goes, but it's a nice driver. Nice driver. You know, you figure going into one of those deals where you want to go, and then that's where it is. All I got to do is go home and convince my wife it was the right thing to do.
This Chevelle proved that green can be mean.
No, he's the pro at the burnout stuff. He gets a lot of practice, as you can see out there in the street.